the water. If you ain't got one, you ain't got one.
Something in the Water is here. Now at 6, day 2 of the festival is in full swing after Friday's weather delays. How festival goers are enjoying the first full day.
And it's not just locals coming to the festival. What brought fans near and far to the beach?
No ticket, no problem. The community event Something in the Water is bringing to the oceanfront.
And welcome to 13 News Now's special coverage tonight of Something in the Water. I'm Eugene Daniel, and we are on day 2 of Pharrell Williams' 3-day music festival that's returning to Virginia Beach for the first time in 4 years.
And I'm Bethany Reese, live at the oceanfront here this afternoon. It is so much fun. We have team coverage right now with Alex Littlehales and Spiracco, Sarah Hammond and Emily Harrison, all out giving us all we need to know across the festival grounds. This is so exciting out here this afternoon. Let me show you what's really going on. We're currently based at Quirks at the oceanfront. And you can see here behind me at the oceanfront, people are just moving. We've got people moving in toward the festival grounds here. The gate a little down further around 15th Street. You'll see the lunar stage starting right about that point. People starting to pick up. Hey, as a reminder, if you're coming out, you had re-entry once you entered, but now that has ended at 6 p.m. Once you enter these gates, you cannot leave and come back. So if you're in at 6 and you want to stay for that last act, you got to stick it out past 6 o'clock. Who's performing? The Kid Laroi currently on stage on the solar stage. On the lunar stage, we have Lotto that's also performing here this afternoon. This is the second day that we've actually had weather delays. We had big weather delays yesterday. You may remember all of this was supposed to start at 12:30 yesterday. Didn't start till 5 p.m. when gates opened. Today we had weather delays again. Not as substantial. Gates opened a little later than they should have, but acts were still moved around. We had some that just got nixed altogether. Some moved to today, some moved to Sunday. A lot changing for the day today. Now you're going to see some big acts out tonight. That's what we're really talking about here. That's what's really coming. We're talking Machine Gun Kelly, Lil Wayne, you name it. We're seeing it come tonight. This is also going to be a night that we also see Pharrell and Friends come out. There's been a lot of speculation about who these Pharrell and Friends really are. But there was a little bit of delay as we were talking about getting people into the fairgrounds today. Let's talk about that first. Let's go to Alex Littlehales, who's been here both days of the festival. Alex, talk about the difference from the delays we saw yesterday to the delays that we saw today.
Hey, Bethany. Yeah, a far different beginning to this day than day 1 of the festival. This time on Friday, we were just starting to see the clouds, the stormy weather. We were only just starting to see that weather move out of this area. Festival goers were just starting to enter the festival grounds. Well, a completely different experience for day 2. Like you mentioned, we saw about a half-hour delay. Folks waited in line until 12:30. That was because of some overnight weather impacts to the festival grounds, but festival goers still got into the gates 5 hours before they did Friday. Again, another reminder of the differences we've seen, and that's kind of the snapshot of a way to show that this day, day 2, is really the first full day experience of Something in the Water 2023.
Hey, look, hey, something in the water. If you ain't got one, you ain't got one. We outside.
Something is truly in the water, looking at the way this wave of fans came crashing in.
We're going back and forth like crazy here. Day 2.
Stay hydrated.
After a day of delays to kick off the festival weekend, the gates for day 2 opened just after noon under sunshine and an ocean breeze.
We started waiting at like 10:30. We got there at like 10:30. We were at the front of the line, so.
Milani Knight and her boyfriend found their place in line hours before to be some of the first fans through today's gates.
I'm excited. I think he's going to outdo it from the first year, especially since he had to do it in D.C. last year. I think he's going to go all out.
Day 2's first fans walked into the sound of Black Sheriff's kickoff set in his first trip to the United States. Day 2 bringing festival goers both new to the scene.
I'm just excited for the experience, my first concert experience, so
ever?
Big, yep.
And the seasoned veterans.
I designed the shirt.
Flip around, I want to see this shirt here.
Ricky Hopkins is one of hundreds of Something in the Water cousins. Fan group of Hampton Roads locals who all share a love for the festival, Pharrell and his greater impact on the region.
We came in eyes wide open. I mean, we knew exactly what to expect based upon the previous years. We knew it was going to be a good time. We knew Pharrell wasn't going to disappoint.
With the music flowing and feet moving, the festival finally feels underway.
Just so everyone knows, I've officially been indoctrinated into the Something in the Water cousins, as you can see by the wristband that they gifted to me today. But, you know, just talking with festival goers all day today, a lot of positive energy, and everyone says that the act that they're most waiting to see is Pharrell and Friends. Everyone's dying to see who exactly is going to come out in that set. Live in Virginia Beach, I'm Alex Littlehales for 13 News Now.
Alex, thank you. You know, as soon as I saw Alex today, he actually waved that Something in the Water cousins band at me just to show it off. Very, very proud about that. Again, we'll have that full lineup and we'll really get into it talking about that in just a few minutes. But first, let's go back to those delays. Again, you've been hearing it over and over and over again, weather delays. The weather really playing an impact here at Something in the Water. And just to keep us up to date, I want to toss things over to meteorologist Evan Stewart. Evan, what's the latest track with our weather? What do we need to know going into tonight and tomorrow?
Well, tonight is looking very nice as we go through the remainder of the evening, because we did see, of course, those delays. We had some high tides last night, and that did a little bit of damage to the ocean front and to the beaches, so they had to get out there and fix it as we went through this morning. But otherwise, we've seen a lot of sunshine through the day today. We are starting to see some of those high, thin clouds stream in, but we do expect things to remain dry as we go here through the remainder of the evening. So again, temperatures right now in the mid-60s. We'll see temperatures in the low to mid-60s as we go through midnight tonight. The clouds will be on the increase, and you might notice right around midnight just a slight chance of a couple of showers. That's a sign of things to come as we head into the day tomorrow. We're watching an area of low pressure down here across the Gulf of Mexico. That is going to lift north tomorrow and give us a good shot at some showers and some thunderstorms, potentially some stronger thunderstorms, and that could impact events as we head into the day tomorrow. Looks like from about 1 to 7 p.m. we could see some stronger thunderstorms moving through. When I come back here in a few minutes, I'll time everything out for the remainder of the festival on Sunday, and of course let you know if you're sticking around into next week what you can expect as well. Of course, I'll have the complete forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Bethany.
All right, thanks, Evan. Hey, a lot of excitement building here. Walk their way into festival grounds. Jonas Brothers, who were a last-minute add to this festival and got a lot of people excited and made people buy tickets. They're about to perform at the Solar Stage in a little less than an hour, I believe. They'll go on maybe in a little less than an hour. You know, with festivals, things can be a little hit or miss on exact times, but everyone's been excited about the Jonas Brothers. One of those people in particular, Sarah Hammond, she is down live at the Solar Stage. Sarah, talk to me about the anticipation you feel down there right now.
Well, guys, like you said, I'm excited for the Jonas Brothers. No secret about that. People are really, really just loving all of the acts that are out here playing right now. The Kid Laroi is on the Solar Stage right now. About an hour ago, we heard from Coi Leray, and the weather is beautiful. There are big have to do.
Drake, Jay-Z. I would love to see Snoop Dogg.
I think it's gonna be Drake or Rihanna.
Drake.
I think I'm gonna see Drake.
Rihanna. Future.
Rihanna.
I think I'm gonna see some Future.
Drake, Nicki Minaj, maybe Beyonce.
Yeah, well, and I've been talking to people all week long who have said they are just so excited for all of this. They're mostly excited for Pharrell's Friends to see who they might be. We know A$AP Rocky and Busta Rhymes are two people he's planning to bring out, but it's been a guessing game of who else he's planning to have. In 2019, the crowd of thousands got to see Jay-Z, Diddy, Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott. Elliott, Timbaland, Charlie Wilson, and Tyler, the Creator. Last year in DC, Justin Timberlake was here. And well, I think it's safe to say people are going to be excited for whoever shows up tonight. Live in Virginia Beach, Sarah Hammond for 13 News Now.
Know what's up.
Yeah, I see we got a few people who are excited, obviously, with Bethany and Sarah there. But let's go ahead and look at some of the other performances that are taking place tonight. You already heard a lot of people are thinking about Pharrell and Friends. And remember, we got 2 different stages that are taking place right now, right? So here's a look at some of those who have not already gone. You heard Jonas Brothers, a lot of excitement about that. Lil Yachty is going to be tonight as well. Summer Walker and Pharrell's Friends. Again, we know, at least at this point, that we have Busta Rhymes that's a part of that, De La Soul that is a part of that, and also Rihanna's man as well. I know a lot of people are hoping that Rihanna can come in too within this as well, but that is going to be tonight. So who exactly is going to be a part of Pharrell's Friends? And over on the Lunar stage, some of the folks that haven't taken place at this point yet, we got Lotto that should be on right now, and then Kaytranada that's coming up at 6:50 tonight. Machine Gun Kelly, a lot of folks who are hoping for that, and Lil Wayne. I know I'm personally excited to try to watch that as well. So a lot of excitement around the sets tonight and people who are out there. Even I was able to go out there last night, so I can tell you the energy is exciting right now along the ocean front for people about this festival. All right, so let's go ahead and bring back Bethany here. Now, Bethany, you and I both love music. We love us some music. How excited are you to hear some of these performances? And also, do you have a dark horse as far as who a surprise guest could be as part of Pharrell Friends?
Okay, so you ready for this? I've heard some chatter here over the last couple of days from sources that, you know, aren't that questionable. Some people have mentioned Drake. Some people have said they've seen Beyonce. I don't know how I believe that, but we'll see. I've also heard people mention Kendrick Lamar coming out here, possibly. Honestly, Drake is kind of the person I think we might see. It wouldn't surprise me because you've got Lil Wayne performing. I wouldn't be shocked if Drake shows up with Lil Wayne and then they book it over to the Solar Stage and perform again with Pharrell and Friends. But I think it's looking like it might be a top tier lineup this year when it comes to the surprises we'll see with Pharrell. But again, my top 2 right now are going to be Drake. And honestly, I'm going to say, we might see Beyonce out here. That's going to be my top 2 picks.
You know, I will believe it when I see it with Beyonce. I've heard people tell me that too. And if it's Beyonce, also Jay-Z as well to come with. I've been calling Drake for months now, so that will help me feel really good about my predictions. All right, look, if you're at the festival this weekend, please text us your photos and your videos, music, fashion, food. We want to see it all. Send them to that number that's right there on your screen at 757-628-6200. You may see your photos on air, so go ahead and send those in. And remember, if you're out there as well, there are road closures at the oceanfront. You can't drive on Atlantic Avenue between 5th and 17th Streets. Trust me, they have that blocked off. A lot of it is for security along the area. And also 4th Street at the Rudy Loop is also closed to all cars and pedestrian traffic. Pacific Avenue is open, but you can expect it to be very crowded today, all right? Parking at the oceanfront is expensive tonight. This is what you're going to look at as your options. You got 9th Street, 25th Street, and 31st Street. Again, it's a little pricey. It's going to cost you $20 a day for parking at a city-owned lot and garages this weekend. All right, so you can, again, look at this, 9th, 25th, and 35th Streets. You want to remember that. And be wary of trying to park in any of the nearby neighborhoods because the city will be towing. All right, festival goers were encouraged to take the shuttle bus from the amphitheater. Okay, so again, a lot of great things that are happening this weekend and today and tomorrow for the wrap up of the festival, but Something in the Water attracted people from all over the nation to Virginia Beach oceanfront. Many of them say they came for the music artists, but that's not the only thing that are pulling people there. Ann Sparaco is live near the Solar Stage. Now, Ann, you're telling me people from all over are there having a great time today.
Well, yeah, Eugene, we met a lot of locals from Portsmouth, Newport News, Suffolk, and of course Norfolk and Virginia Beach. But just check out this crowd here. Just so many people coming from all over. Others came from a few states away, but we met someone who flew hours just to get here for Something in the Water. In a matter of seconds, day 2 of Something in the Water kicked off with thousands of people. But locals aren't the only ones rushing through the gates. People from near and far traveled to Virginia Beach for the festival. Tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Columbia, South Carolina.
I came from Brooklyn, New York.
I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
We're from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
5 hours.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more than just an array of music and celebrities bringing people to the Virginia Beach oceanfront.
Festivities.
The music, the clothing, the brands, and just the vibes.
The music, the food, the creativity, and may we add the eclectic fashion are pulling many concert goers together for the weekend.
Oh, I went from one beach to another beach, LOL.
The festival's overall vibe is what brought Tyrus Winter to enjoy the Atlantic side all the way from Los Angeles, California.
I'm from LA. I'm obsessed with Grace Jones, and she's been one of my style inspos since I was so young.
This West Coast native says they may turn into a Virginia lover after creating a new experience with the help of Pharrell Williams.
I'm just really excited to be out here and just have so much time with my friends, my community, all the people that I came with. Yeah.
A lot of fun. Tyrus tells us they really enjoyed the fashion sense here at the festival. We saw a lot of people just strutting their best outfits here. They're really excited to come through and gather and just enjoy the festivities together. Reporting live in Virginia Beach, I'm Ann Sbrocco, 13 News Now. Eugene?
All right, Ann, and I know you actually posted on your social media some of those outfits, and I gotta say, impressive, creative, and definitely some I don't know if I could pull off. All right, thank you, Ann. The food scene is capturing a lot of people's attention as well. To check out all the best food that we saw at the festival, go ahead and head to 13newsnow.com for a full look. Remember, during the festival, you can get notifications about emergencies or other important information right on your cell phone. The city created a text alert program. Just text SITW to 67283 to sign up. Back in 2019, the city actually used the text alert system to tell festival goers about severe weather. All right, let's check back in with Bethany live from the oceanfront. Hey, Bethany, Lotto should be on stage right now, or at least at the lunar stage, and the Kid Laroi just wrapped up a little bit ago at the solar stage. So what are people up to right now?
We're still seeing people roll in here, Eugene. Actually, we're right at 17th Street on Quirks at the Quirks Bar here. We're seeing people go in. You know, the Kid Laroi did just wrap up. The Jonas Brothers next to take that. At the lunar stage behind us right now. A lot of fun going on here. You know, this is all past 15th Street, but there's stuff going on before you even get to the actual festival grounds. Like there's a community stage on 17th Street. A lot of fun that you can have without even actually attending the festival. Joining us live now, Emily Harrison. She's at Area 75 right now. Emily, what's out there? What's out there for community members that aren't necessarily attending this festival?
Well, we're out here by Area 75, and as you can tell by probably the really loud music, it's going to be almost the essence of a party out here. You can see some of the dancers, the booths that are going to be over there in the distance, but really the draw here is the local artists and those entrepreneurs. All of those different booths set up, each one offers a different and unique service, and it can really be anything from makeup to juice to food or just local arts. Artists tell me they had to apply months ago to even be considered for this, and then they had to be selected. I spoke to just a few vendors who have stood out here since 10 this morning and say they'd be here all night if they could.
They said, oh, you've been selected. I'm the only hair store down here at Something in the Water. And I just screamed and lost my mind because I knew regardless, that's so much exposure to me, especially with me just newly being an entrepreneur.
Even though, like, you know, we're not like known to everybody, we still create, which we consider it to be our art form, and we take it very seriously. So we're all just here to get our art and our product out there to the main people. So one day we'll be out there on the big stage.
Now, Area 75 75 does close at 7 tonight, so that's in roughly about a half an hour or so. But coming up on 13 News Now at 11, we're going to hear a lot more from those vendors and the experiences and conversations they had out here today. Live in Virginia Beach, I'm Emily Harrison, 13 News Now.
All right, thanks to Emily. Okay, again, there are a ton of community events that all weekend long. All right, so you want to make sure if you're out there to participate that there are things that you can do just out there on the Virginia Beach oceanfront. Now, music aside, Something in the Water is making it a goal to boost the community too. Two organizations are partnering up to keep the beach clean despite the crowds. All right, let's take a look here. You're watching, again, 13 News Now special Something in the Water coverage on 13 News Now Plus.
We put pride in forecasting, no doubt about it. Not only pride in forecasting, but in communicating those forecasts without overhyping things, without ever wanting to panic, but only inform. Never about, hey, let's just really play this up because we're trying to drive viewership. You don't need to. We have enough really bad weather around here that when you just share the information on what's coming, people are going to tune in. People need to know.
We have more tires to kick at Casey Auto than anyone else in Hampton Roads. Don't waste your time waiting. We've got inventory for you. Come kick all the tires you want. And if you don't see what you're looking for, just ask. We'll find it for you. Our expert tire kickers will help find the perfect balance to meet your needs. If you're going to kick with anyone, come kick with Casey. The only name you need to know.
What are the stories of now?
They're the stories of us, all of us.
This is our driveway, but it's 4 feet under the sand.
It's about time that this history is recognized. I don't think the Commonwealth is prepared.
My house right now is 8 foot 4 inches in the air.
That's just too much for a 2-bedroom.
Right now, we don't see justice, and that's what we fight for our brother.
It's about saying thank you to these young men and women.
Because telling your story matters.
At 13 News Now, that's what we believe.
We're back with our special coverage of Something in the Water. The festival is all about music, so let's get back to Bethany, who's hanging out with a special guest. Who you got, Bethany?
Was he doing a mic check?
All right, I'm here joined now with DJ Fonz for iHeartRadio. So much fun happening here. You know, DJ, we've been talking about this all day today. This lineup, a lot of people were disappointed initially, but you know, it's kind of a great one. Talk to me about the people we're seeing perform here.
Yeah, people are kind of haters. Let's not worry about the people who are disappointed because the lineup is crazy. I saw SWV a little while ago. I never got a chance to see them. Of course, yeah, Coco, of course, she lives here now, which is beautiful. And waiting for what's to come for the rest of the night, too. Of course, Lil Wayne coming tonight. Everybody's excited about that. But Pharrell and his friends, I guess, is the big question, right?
That's the big question. We were talking with Eugene earlier about how we were predicting maybe Drake, maybe Kendrick Lamar, and then I'm throwing it out there. Queen Bee, Beyonce, who do you think is going to show up?
Okay, so Beyonce is rattling them out in my mind because her husband was here a couple years ago. She's not going to let that go by herself, but also I've honestly heard he might be here again this year.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, I've heard his name. I heard Lil Wayne got himself a room at the casino in Portsmouth and spent the night playing blackjack. So I've heard some things. A$AP Rocky's on the lineup. A lot of people are hoping his wife shows up. That would be Rihanna, for those who don't know. And I've got another guest or two, too, but if you're a Tribe Called Quest fan, maybe you might be excited tonight.
Ooh! Did y'all hear that? Can you say that one more time?
I can't.
Oh, no, if you missed it, you missed it.
I think I'm going to get in trouble for saying it.
Now, you guys are actually going to be here tomorrow. Talk to me about what's going on here at Quirks.
Yeah, so we're at Quirks, 16th in the Boardwalk, noon to 2. Come have lunch with us. You're on the Boardwalk. We definitely want to see you. Stop by. DJ DC is going to be out here playing music. So we're just going to have our own little party right here as things develop for the rest of the day. Start here with us and then go merge with everybody else on the beach. So.
Anything else you want to add about this festival, what it means to the community?
Yeah, I'm excited, and everybody everybody should be, man. Like, some people here have vision, some people here have money. We're lucky that Pharrell has both and was able to kind of connect with the right people to make this as big as it can be and as big as it should be for this area. So it's a beautiful thing. Everybody should love this. Everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I mean, I don't know if y'all heard that. Just keep that in the top of your mind. I'm still going to throw Beyonce out there for Pharrell's friends. I'm going to say it, so when I'm right, people will give me my due. But that's it for right now. Eugene, I'll toss things back to you in studio.
All right, Bethany, thank you. And thank you to DJ Founts as well. I'm already starting in my head thinking about some, you know, Tribe Called Quest song. So I'm really excited that he even put that out there into the atmosphere. All right, now a quick reminder for anyone who thinks it might be a good idea to watch the festival from the water. The festival may be on the beach, but you are not allowed to watch it from your boat. Coast Guard crews are out this weekend enforcing restrictions, and boats aren't allowed from the jetty to 42nd Street. That's just past the Cavalier Beach Club. Aside from the big names performing at the Virginia Beach oceanfront, Something in the Water is about giving back to the 757 community. And this morning, Coastal Edge partnered with Surfrider Foundation to help keep the beach clean. Casey Baylor shows us the group of volunteers preserving the beach on the oceanfront.
Coastal Edge and Surfrider Foundation started the second day of Something in the Water by serving the community. They cleaned up parts of the oceanfront with hopes to preserve the beach.
You know, growing up in this area, it's good to see celebrities come back and pour back into the community.
Something in the Water at the Virginia Beach oceanfront gives people another reason to give back. Saturday morning, volunteers search for plastic bottles, bags, and other trash, hoping to prevent it from getting into the ocean. Victor Enriquez with the Surfrider Foundation stresses the importance of this work.
There's plastics that go into the ocean like every single minute. And some animals will eat that, and more animals will eat that, and eventually we'll have microplastics in our bodies.
Volunteers started cleaning around Coastal Edge on 21st Street before heading to the beach.
But eventually the wind will blow the trash into the ocean, and we want to stop that from happening.
Especially on like a really big weekend where people are going to be like having fun and everything. They're just like enjoying the moment and not realizing how much damage they're doing to the environment by just like throwing stuff.
Enrique says at the first Something in the Water Festival in 2019, they hope to remove 520 pounds of trash from the area. Volunteers say they want to do their part to protect the environment.
All over the world, it's not clean, and it's because of us. So I think we should correct our wrongs. Even if we didn't do it, we should still like help out.
In Virginia Beach, I'm Casey Baylor for 13 News Now.
Surfrider Foundation hosts beach cleanups every month. If you're interested in volunteering, head to 13newsnow.com. Okay, Evan, we had a lot of sunshine and warmer temperature today after yesterday being so difficult when it came to weather in the festival. Good day today.
Yeah.
What about tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm not as confident. Tomorrow, I think we will once again see some showers and thunderstorms, and that could impact events. I think it'll likely be midday into the early evening, so that might mean later into the evening we'll be able to get things going once again. But first this evening, looking great out there. The clouds will be on the increase. We do have those light winds coming in out of the northeast. Notice temperatures generally dropping back into the low to mid 60s later this evening. So not looking bad, but you'll already notice some changes. About a 20% chance of rain starting to enter the forecast by midnight. That's a sign of things to come. Again, lots of sunshine as we went through the day today. We had a little bit of fog earlier this morning. Now we're seeing these clouds start to move back in. And as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, that we were watching this area of low pressure spinning down here across the Gulf of Mexico. And you might notice it's sort of in two pieces. One right here across Florida, another back here across areas of Alabama and Mississippi. We'll see one area of rain tomorrow morning, another area of rain coming in during the afternoon and evening. And it's that second line that we're watching between 1 and 7 p.m. tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening that could potentially give us some stronger thunderstorms. The entire area, with the exception of the Middle Peninsula and the Northern Neck, under this level 2 or slight risk of severe weather tomorrow. And that means scattered severe thunderstorms are possible. And while we don't expect a tornado, that risk is not totally zero. But I don't expect much with that. But I do expect some strong gusty winds and the possibility of some hail. So let's time it out for you. Again this evening, just a very, very low risk of an isolated shower along the Albemarle Sound. Otherwise, the clouds will be on the increase. 11 o'clock, things still looking pretty good, temperatures in the low 60s. As we head towards tomorrow morning, there's that first batch of rain moving through. So if you're up early at 6 a.m., we are looking at temperatures in the low 60s, a chance at some scattered showers. Then I think through about midday, we'll get a little bit of a break before that next line moves through. This is noon. Gates open at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I do expect that there will be some showers and possibly some thunderstorms moving through. Here's 3 o'clock. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Some areas of rain. Notice there will be some breaks, but some of these storms could be on the strong side. And Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lawson will be in tomorrow evening tracking these showers and thunderstorms. The good news is by about 7 or 8 o'clock, everything should be pushing off the coast, and that should lead to a mainly clear evening. So if things get delayed, we might be able to push them back a few hours and then continue later into Sunday evening. So here's sort of that breakdown of the forecast. Of course, gates are scheduled to open at 1 o'clock tomorrow, looking at some scattered showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon, starting to taper off into the evening and clearing out, say, after about 8 o'clock tomorrow. The other big story is there will be some gusty winds even outside of these thunderstorms. So this is something we'll be watching closely. And of course, we'll keep you updated through the 13 News Now app, and we'll be tracking these storms closely. Francis Payton will be in tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m. with the latest forecast information. Now, if you do happen to maybe tack on a few days and you're sticking around through part of the early week, we are looking at nicer conditions into Monday, 70 degrees, 67 Tuesday, 64 Wednesday, back into the upper 60s Thursday with dry conditions. Another chance of rain moving in Friday late in the day into Saturday.
All right, Evan, we'll continue to keep our fingers crossed that things work out tomorrow. Thank you for that. There's a lot of good food at the festival this weekend, but one family is getting involved by providing some frozen treats for fans. That's next. And you don't have to miss church just because you're out of town. What you need to know about tomorrow's pop-up church session.
The Stories of Now, it's really never been more important to be in touch with your own community. Everything I do now, I look through the lens of a father. So every story I do now, it's about how can we make this place the best possible place to raise our son.
We have more tires to kick at Casey Auto than anyone else in Hampton Roads. Don't waste your time waiting. We've got inventory for you. Come kick all the tires you want. And if you don't see what you're looking for, just ask. We'll find it for you. Our expert tire kickers will help find the perfect balance to meet your needs. If you're going to kick with anyone, come kick with Casey, the only name you need to know.
Having that passion for weather, passion for helping people is what I think makes the job of the local forecaster, the local meteorologist, the most rewarding, and that's what we are really here for.
We're back with our special coverage of Something in the Water here on 13 News Now Plus.
Such an exciting time out here at the ocean front. I am live at Quirks on 17th Street. People are heading in to the festival. As a reminder, if you go in now, it's past 6 o'clock. Once you go in, if you leave, you can't get back in. No re-entry after 6 p.m. So friendly reminder there. But if you're watching this, you're probably not going. Now, as you well know, this festival is a way to connect with our community and kind of get our community involved. But one community member found a very unique way to benefit from this festival. And more on that, we'll toss things over to photojournalist Mike Marrero.
This is our opening of the business.
We have a building right here on 21st Street. It's right the main entrance coming into town, so it gets great access to everyone coming in. It's one of the first things they see in the area, and so we have been working on the building to get it converted to be a space where we can do the shave ice inside the building. But in the meantime, we have this trailer here that we bought, and we're looking to take it mobile until the inside of the building's open.
I think our goal is to be open by the summer. This is like a trial run. We've just always wanted to do a shaved ice business as a family.
So we've got 5 kids, my 4 daughters and son, and my wife and I. And the kids have loved doing lemonade stands and selling cookies growing up, and so we were talking about just what this area might need that's beachy and fun, and we thought we love Hawaiian style shave ice.
We could just have it be all cute and fancy.
So this is blue raspberry.
Snow cones is a little bit more coarser, I guess, and shave ice is more fine. We've been setting up since like 10. We just got it running like 30 minutes ago or something.
We wanted to do it on something in the water because we knew people would be walking by and stuff.
There's a lot of cars driving by. We have a lot of flavors. The only ones that we have out right now are these ones. We have some really weird ones like dill pickle and jalapeno.
It's very savory.
But then we also have regular ones like blue raspberry and strawberry. I think it'll be a really fun like summer job to do. It's really fun, especially to do it as a family. This is a really good business, and I think that it will be really, really yummy.
That was Matt Toller and his family. I love the fact that this event is bringing out the creativity of so many people within our community. And remember, tomorrow there is a pop-up church event for people who are ready to praise. It's free for all ages at 22nd Street and Atlantic Avenue. It will run from noon until 8, and the festival hosts the activity to uplift the community with performances from some of the most popular gospel singers in the country. That includes Corey Asbury, Chandler Moore, My Guy Lecrae, and more. And Evan, you were just kind of talking about the forecast around that particular point of the day.
Yeah, really 1 to 7 is sort of the bullseye, or that time period that we're going to be watching closely. Likely looking at some showers tomorrow morning, a break around midday, and then into the afternoon and evening, a good shot at some showers and thunderstorms. Now, they'll be scattered around the area. Doesn't necessarily mean they'll be right over the ocean front at exactly that time, but they will be in the area, and there is the potential for some stronger thunderstorms, which could cause us to pause some of the events. Of course, if there's lightning or wind, they have to evacuate the ocean front, and it takes a little while to get everybody back in there. So we're going to be watching it. Keep our fingers crossed. Just have a dill pickle snow cone or something like that, and you'll be able to get back out there. It does look like things will improve as we head into the evening. Now let's head back out towards the ocean front. One more last check-in with Bethany.
All right, thanks, Evan. We are live here at the ocean front. It has been such a good time. You know, outside of the teenagers you saw earlier kind of bomb our shot, everyone else has been calm, cool, collected. Such an easygoing festival so far. I'm seeing a lot of police officers, firefighters, so many crews here just to make sure everything goes according to plan. If you want to stay updated, we will keep you up to date on 13newsnow.com. You can also text SITW to 628-6200. Again, that's 757-628-6200. That will give you our festival guide. Again, text that number, don't call it, and we'll send you a link to our festival guide giving you everything you need to know about this festival, including the lineup, how that's changing, and with the weather, obviously we need to keep our eye on that too, and we'll bring you those updates on 13newsnow.com and our 13 News Now app. Download that if you haven't. We'll send you alerts sent straight to your phone. This has been such a fun time being out here. I'll be honest, I'm in the shades, I'm a little chilly, but people seem to be enjoying this weather. Everyone's starting to slowly mirror on out into the concert as we get ready for the Jonas Brothers and of course Lil Wayne tonight, Pharrell and Friends tonight. I can't wait to see if I'm right about Beyonce tonight. And speaking of tonight, we'll have more live coverage at 11 o'clock right here on 13 News Now Plus, and of course 13 News Now on air as well. But for now, Eugene, it's been a blast hanging out with you for the last half an hour, but I'll send things back to you.
Oh, Bethany, it's always great hanging out with you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the night for me as well. And we thank you for tuning in. You can get Something in the Water news all weekend long on 13newsnow.com and the 13 News Now app. For now, tune in over on ABC for the end of the NFL Draft, Will Jeopardy, and the Stanley Cup playoffs. And we'll see you after at 13 News Now at 11.